Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog, and it finally happened. C.J McCollum got traded from the Trailblazers to the New Orleans Pelicans, and we finally got the full details on that trade, which I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this, and just so I can, because there's a lot of moving pieces in this trade. So the full details of the trade are, hold on. Okay, so the full details are that the Blazers are getting Josh Hart, Thomas Satoransky, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Didi Louzada, 2022 protected first-round pick and 2 second-round picks for C.J McCollum, Larry Nance, and Tony Snell. So the Pelicans are getting C.J McCollum, Larry Nance, and Tony Snell. Listen, man, as far as the Pelicans go, they're going to be a play-in team. If adding C.J. McCollum and Larry Nance, I think, makes them a playoff team, mostly because if they have to play the Spurs in the play-in, that's enough to beat them. So I don't know if Zion Williamson's coming back. I highly doubt it, but you never know. They might rush him back, and 330 pounds apparently. Like, that's the rumor. Apparently the rumor is Zion Williamson weighs 330 pounds. Even if you Google it on like, just Google what is Zion Williamson's weight, they say 317. So Zion Williamson weighs over 300 pounds now, and he is taking forever to come back from this foot injury. So it's like, do they expect Zion Williamson to be back by the playoffs? Like, is he projected to be healthy? Is he going to drop like 50 pounds between now and the playoffs? I don't know. It would be kind of an interesting surprise, like a fun surprise. Like, hey, look, the Pelicans might actually be competitive. They have Zion and C.J. McCollum and Brandon Ingram. But the problem is, even then, it's like, I feel like they're going to be a first round exit no matter who they play. Maybe a second round depending on who they get. But it's just a matter of, can they win, 4 games in a row against some of these teams that are in the West? Even if they get Memphis, right? Like, if they get the Grizzlies, like, sorry, like, I'm taking Memphis in that one. So I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, the Pelicans are going to be a play-in team, and if they get San Antonio, or even if they get the Lakers, right? Like, this is enough to maybe make it competitive. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to be a competitive team. Are they going to go far in the playoffs? No, probably not. So that's part of the reason I don't really understand this trade much, is because it's like, you traded for C.J. McCollum, who's 30 years old. He's shooting 38% from 3. He shoots 2 free throws a game. Okay, so he's not like the most attack the basket guy. Granted, he's a shot creator. He's scoring 20 points per game. But like, he's just, C.J. McCollum has just been kind of declining progressively over the past couple of years, and he just hit 30, if I'm correct. So I don't know. We have yet to see what C.J. McCollum's going to do in New Orleans, but putting him next to Brandon Ingram, yeah, that'll definitely get you, like, you're definitely in the play-in. You're definitely probably going to beat whatever team you get in the play-in, and then after that, it's you're praying and hoping that you can pretty much, get out of the first round. So that's my take on the Pelican side of things. Larry Nance was a nice addition. They got C.J. McCollum, who's nice. Tony Snell it's Tony Snell. But yeah, they added a little bit of depth. So then we go to the Trailblazer side of things. They got Josh Hart, a 2022 first round pick, which is lottery protected, which is pretty good return for C.J. McCollum, if you ask me. A lot of people think Josh Hart is not like a great player. He's 26 years old. He's shooting 50% from the field. He's averaging almost 8 rebounds a game. He's scoring 13 points per game, dishing about 4.5 assists. He's shooting 73% from the free throw line. So yeah, I think Josh Hart was decent return for that. It wasn't like, you probably could have gotten a little more, but that's what all the other bench players and stuff in filler are for. They got 2 second-round picks, a first-rounder this year, and Josh Hart. So I can't be too mad about that. As far as the Trailblazers side of things goes, they did free up $60 million in cap space and create a $21 million trade exception. But the thing is, okay, and this is my biggest issue with this trade, is The Trailblazers are basically banking on free agency in the draft that they can turn this ship around, and that I think is a terrible idea, because it seems as if they're really banking on the idea that, like, Bradley Beal is fed up with Washington, James Harden is not going to go to the Sixers, and, you know, they're also, even if they offer Miles Bridges, right, like the max, Charlotte's matching it. You know, no matter what they offer Miles Bridges, Charlotte would be stupid not to match that deal. And then you have Zach LaVine, who I'm pretty positive is going back to Chicago because they're playing really fucking well. Why would you leave Chicago for Portland? You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have a better chance to win in Chicago. James Harden has better options than the Trailblazers. He's got, you know, the Nets, and he's got the 76ers. So it's kind of like, you had better pray to God that Bradley Beal has had enough of Washington. Like, you better have some insider information that the rest of us don't, that Bradley Beal has already agreed to go to Portland. Because, I'm not going to lie, the Trailblazers have a lot of cap space. They have a $21 million trade exception, but that doesn't mean shit if you can't get anybody. And, you know, how much better is a backcourt with Damian Lillard and Bradley Beal as opposed to Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum? You know what I'm saying? Like, Bradley Beal is a significantly better scorer than C.J. McCollum. I will give him that. But I don't like this idea of, like, hoping you get your draft picks right and hoping you grab somebody in free agency. It's just like, I don't know what the plan is. I don't know who they're going after, but they got rid of Norman Powell for essentially nothing. They traded C.J. McCollum for, you know, I'd say a little bit of something. You know, they got Josh Hart. They got a first-round pick. They got 2 seconds. Where those second-round picks end up will be what will really determine this trade, I feel. Like, some of these second-round picks that they've acquired, it really depends on where those picks land. But I think at this point, Damian Lillard's done for the season. I will say that. I think that, like, you just shut him down at this point. Why put him out there and risk him getting injured if you're obviously tanking at this point? Another thing here is, I guess you could say, like, I understand where Portland's coming from with this trade. They wanted to free up cap space, but it's like, do you really think that you can turn this around? You know what I'm saying? Like, how old is Damian Lillard? Like, I'm very curious. Damian Lillard is 31, okay? So, Damian Lillard is 31 years old, which means you've pretty much got, like, the next, what, fucking 2 to 3 years here to turn this shit around. So, it's like, you know, Damian Lillard, he can shoot, right? He's primarily a shot-creating, three-point shooting guy. So he could play till he's, like, you know, 35, 36, and probably still be a good player. Damian Lillard's a great player already, but it's just like, you know, you're kind of cutting it thin here now at this point, and I don't know. I just, all I know is the Pelicans. The Trailblazers GM better be sure that he can get James Harden, James Harden, Bradley Beal, or Ben Simmons, or somebody. You know what I'm saying? And even Ben Simmons is like, you know, what's Ben Simmons doing for you? So I don't know. We will have to see. Adding Josh Hart is, you know, it gives you a guy who can do a little bit of everything, but I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you, man. It's kind of, if from the outside looking in, the Pelicans got the better end of this trade, mostly because they also gave up Larry Nance. But the Trailblazers, man, it's just, I see people saying that the GM needs to be drug tested, and I'm kind of like, yeah, probably, because you better hope you get these draft picks right, and you better also hope that, you know, Bradley Beal's had enough of Washington, because everybody else, I just don't see them landing. I don't see them getting Harden. I don't see them getting Zach LaVine. I don't see them getting Miles Bridges, you know, so you better hope Bradley Beal's had enough of Washington. So tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this. Like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. This has been the Fast Break Report, and I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.